Hello, friends. My name is Ken Padilla, and I'm talking to you from sunny Escazú, Costa Rica. I am currently part of the interpreter help desk, and I get to contribute as the lead in charge to Language Line. So, welcome to my home, to Costa Rica, and I would like to tell you a little bit about myself. So, I started out in Language Line roughly 10 years ago. And the first 3 years, I was an interpreter. When I first heard about Language Line, I didn't want to join because I didn't think I was smart enough. I thought it was a hard job. It was a difficult job, and I couldn't do it. So my sister actually got started before me, and she kept on encouraging me, and she kept on convincing me to try out for Language Line and try to make it work. So I finally did, and I got in, and I started interpreting, and it was one of the best experiences of my life, and up until now, still is. I still interpret every chance I get to, not as much on the phone anymore, but I do it in person for free, mostly, because I really like to do it. So the first 3 years, I got to tend to my career as an interpreter and grow as an interpreter, grow my language skills, grow my interpreting skills. And it was a really good, really good experience that I still till this day, I love very much. And then all of a sudden I heard about, in those days it was called the Interpreter Response Center. And I thought that's something that I'm interested in, helping interpreters in need to get back online or try and help and solve their problems. And I applied and I got in, and I was able to help people on the line, interpreters on the line, with a wide variety of issues, schedules, technical issues, anything you can basically think of. So I was taking phone calls for the Interpreter Response Center back then for quite some time. And through some hard work and a lot of opportunities that I was given by people in the company, I was able to obtain my current position, which is the lead in charge for the Interpreter Help Desk, or the IHD, as you might know them today. So that's kind of my career path up until now. And I get to contribute to Language Line and mostly to the life of interpreters these days, because I get to work with a group of very passionate individuals who are very passionate about helping interpreters, because they have been interpreters themselves. They know how hard it is to do this job. So I get to work with them and try to make things better for interpreters, to help them faster and friendlier every day. So what would my career advice be? Get the basics right. Be on time every day. Do your interpreting the best you can. Try to get better every day interpreting, and make yourself noticed. Get your ideas out there for improvement. Get your personality out there. I think that's very important, to be noticed. But first, get the basics right. So one of the things that stuck with me the most when I was an interpreter was this one call that was really tough for me. I think it was like my second year or my first year, I believe. And I get this phone call from a hospital, and I'm not qualified yet to take hospital calls. And I'm, right away enter into protocol, and I let the person know, hey, I can't help you. We gotta get you somebody else. And she's like, no, we don't have time. This is not a medical call. And I'm like, all right. So what it ended up being is I ended up interpreting for a family and the caretakers of a little girl that had been in intensive care for a couple of months. And she is about to die, and they're going to disconnect her, and everybody wanted to say goodbye in their own way, in their own words, and they wanted me to interpret that for the room. So it was a very difficult situation for me, because it was just sad, right? This little girl was about to die, and the mom came up and she said a few final words goodbye to her daughter. The father, the brother came up, the doctors, the nurses, everybody had some final beautiful words to say. And it was one of those things where you're just immersed into the situation. And I know you as interpreter know what I'm talking about, you know, where you don't have that wall between you and the person you're interpreting for, but you're just there. And I was just, you know, tears coming out of my eyes, and I was there, you know, I was part of that intimate group of people that was saying goodbye to this little girl. And it just touched me till this day. It's something I will never forget, amongst many, many other situations that I got to be a part of as an interpreter. So thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope you liked it. And if you ever need me, just call me up at the Interpreter Help Desk. My name is Ken Padilla, and have a great day, friends. Take care.